This episode is full of twists and turns because my guest today came for the workout but stayed for the bruises in the new paranormal. Ladies and gentlemen, ghouls and goblins, please welcome pole dancer and aerial enthusiast Chris Spins. Chris, let's begin with a lightning round. Favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's pretty obvious. I think it's a lot of people's favorite movies.
Favorite costume you've ever worn in public?
I did a costume based on a Magic the Gathering character because I'm a huge nerd in that realm. The character is called Oko, Thief of Crowns, and it was the first time we got a sexy Asian man as a character in this whole universe. And I painted half of my face blue, I had elf ears. I crafted a crown out of modeling clay and chicken wire, and then my best friend Teddy spray painted it for me on all the hues that it needed it to be.
Very cool, very sexy. Did people know who you were?
I think like 3 people did.
What's your go-to song when you're working out?
I'm a huge Brat, so the whole Brat 3-part album by Charlie XCX is always on repeat in my head.
Worst pole burn location?
I think you would expect that the worst pole burn to be like your crotch or your junk or something like that. But for me, one of my nemesis moves is called the ballerina, where you basically wrap your entire body and the pole is through your armpit. And it's a hands-free move, so you're not using your hands to hold on to any of your body weight. You're letting it all dangle. So you're basically carrying the weight of your body on your armpit against the pole. And on a silicone pole, it's much grippier. It's easier to hold, but it burns a lot more. So the worst pain I've ever had was doing this ballerina move. And as I let my hand go, it's like my body wants to fall down, and it's just like sliding through my armpit, my back, my like legs that's wrapped around it. And that was the most painful move I've ever had.
Woof! That is a horror story in of itself. What color does your skin turn when you dance on a gold pole? Is it auburn? How long did that take to heal?
3 weeks, I would say. Like, I could feel my skin being just desensitized after that, which made it better for training again. But, you know, the bruises only last for like maybe a week.
But the horrific memories last for a lifetime. One snack or meal or drink you crave after a workout session?
It would be like a packaged protein shake. And I've only discovered these recently, where having a protein shake pre-bottled that you can take with you on the go after class, before the gym, to an event after, makes it so much more convenient and easier to hit your macro goals. So for any of the fitness girlies out there, the convenience actually makes a big difference. And if it helps you hit your goals, it's worth the extra packaging or however much more, a little bit more it costs. Because you could just grab it and go and not have to worry about it. And then you won't end up being tempted to order really junk food out if you're already hitting your macros, and you can just have something light. And so it helps me make better decisions throughout the day. And that is a very boring answer.
Actually, no, you packed in a lot of information there. That reminds me of the tale of the weightlifter who was forced to buy expired protein powder. There was no other way. Chris, why pole and aerial fitness? What got you into this hobby?
I really think it's the most incredible combination of athleticism and art. And I'm actually surprised that not more gay men are into this, because those are 2 of our favorite things, right? We love fitness, we love going to the gym or berries, all of that. And we love art and every form of artistic expression. But at its core, pole dance and aerial is a dance, and you get to express yourself through movement, which is something that I never had growing up because I never got into dance until I was 30. And being able to take something that's going on internally in my mind and package it and shape it with my essence and deliver it to the world for everyone else to see, it's really healing. Imagine you're playing a RPG game, a role-playing game.
Okay, I'm imagining.
And as you level up, you get skill points, and you can put them on a skill tree wherever you want. So those skill points, you can put in flexibility, you can put in strength, you can put in musicality, you can put in spin, fluidity, heels, even for pole dancing. And as you like level up and develop more skills in these different branches, you become like a different class. And so everyone that's in my pole classes, all of my classmates have branched out in different ways and have different strengths. And so one person could be like a warrior. They're super strong. They can do dynamic tricks. And someone else is more like a lines and flexibility based performer. And they look so divine, you know, like a priest or something. And then there's also like unconventional movements, contortion, things that surprise you. And that's really like ominous and dark. And it's like a, you know, it's just like different archetypes that you don't expect that you raise your skill in. And as you perform, it's almost like you're a drag queen doing a lip sync for your life. It's like you're doing a battle move that is true to your character, that's unique to you as well. So that's why I find it to be the most fulfilling form of dance, because you create something that's internal to yourself while at the same time getting the workout that's, you know, just as hard or if not harder than weightlifting or berries. And
I
actually, one more
never.
thing.
Oh,
No discussion about pole dancing is complete without acknowledging that pole dancing comes from sex work and from stripping. And we acknowledge those roots and we don't try to hide away from them. Pole dancing now welcomes a lot of different people from different backgrounds, but we always keep in mind that we get to practice this sport, this art, because of the people that have come before us in the stripping and sex work community.
I never get into arguments with pole dancers. They always have a strong point. All your points so far, Chris, are sharp as daggers.
Thank you. I stayed up till 4 a.m. yesterday thinking about this.
Oh my, that's a bad habit! You seem to be very well-rounded, attending a lot of cool events, meeting fun people, and working the crowds. How does working out fit into your schedule?
Some people think that I train a lot, up to 4 hours sometimes, like 5 or 6 days a week, between weightlifting, pole dancing, and stretching. And it may sound like a lot, but to me, it's each of these things that I do to reach my goals. It's a step that I'm taking. So no matter if I'm at home, not feeling motivated, low energy, or I'm on vacation, if I take that step to go to training, I know that if I'm 10,000 steps away from my goal after I do this training, I'll be 9,999 steps away.
You have your goals, I have my ghouls. Please, continue.
For me, it's what gives me the most amount of fulfillment, and everything else in my life is fun and exciting, but this is what drives me every day to get somewhere that I haven't been before.
Beautiful. Look at me. I'm tearing up, which is odd because I am a ghost and I don't have a functioning body, glands, or even a circulatory system. So there's no biological machinery in me to produce tears. What muscles or muscle groups surprised you the most when it came to pole training? And how has your body adapted over the last 2 years doing it?
So I think the most obvious answer is your skin, which is technically not what you asked for, but your skin adapts very easily to the situation that you put it in. So whether that's a pole burn or a bruise, it might hurt the first time, especially if you do a move like superhero or Superman, where your body weight is on your thigh. It can feel like you're getting skinned alive the first few times you try it, but it gets easier every time. I've really been surprised by my body's ability to train flexibility on top of strength.
What kind of car is most flexible? Mercedes-Benz! What is one short-term goal of yours?
This might be surprising to some people, but for most of my life, I was not a flexible person. Only in COVID, I started to train flexibility because I wanted to get my splits for pole dancing. And in the 5 years since then, I've gotten really far. I have my right splits, my center and my left split are coming along. I never thought that this would be where I'm at in terms of my flexibility, since I was never flexible as a child. Most people are more flexible as a child, and as we get older, we get less flexible. But I've always kind of never ventured into that. So as an adult now, I'm training my flexibility and constantly being surprised by how far I can get. That goes for everyone. If you train at something, you will get better at it, and no one is born super flexible, especially as we age and go through life. But that is something we train, just like weightlifting and like muscle growth. For that, we can adapt our bodies to the stimulus. And honestly, from training flexibility, I end up sweating more and like breathing heavier than I do from weightlifting because that's how intense you need to go in order to make those flexibility gains.
I caught a chilling video of you doing a pole performance for a Hey Mister campaign. What's the story behind that?
Absolutely. Thanks for asking about this. So, Hey Mister is actually an online prep service.
Ooh.
So, it's a company that delivers prep to your door in 3 easy steps. And so, it's a great organization for getting HIV prevention medication with PrEP and also DoxyPEP, which are for bacterial infections, delivered to people discreetly and conveniently so that more of our community is protected against these transmittable diseases. Mister every year does multiple campaigns with drag queens to promote their services. Actually, that video you're talking about was the first time I got involved with the organization. My good friend Ron Katagiri, who I met through Manila Luzon, was producing a shoot for Hey Mister for the drag queen Galavaro from Mexico. And if you don't know who Galavaro is, I really recommend you look her up because she is a phenomenal aerialist as well as a drag queen. She was on Global All Stars and she did a pole dance number and she does aerial hoops, she does straps, she does burlesque. She's so multi-talented. And so, Hey Mister hired her to do a campaign. And Ron contacted me because I knew about the spaces and venues in LA to set up a shoot for her that had the support for aerial rigging.
Oh.
So I helped do the research. I helped put together that production, and I brought my own aerial equipment actually for her to perform on. So in the video, you'll see that she's performing on an aerial hoop that's actually from my house.
How very resourceful of you.
The work between Ron Katagiri, the videographer, editor, producer, and Philip Henry, who is the creative director behind Mister, their visions combined together so beautifully. And we have a lot of exciting projects that are coming up that haven't been aired yet. So I'm excited to show everyone the things that we're working on. And it's all in the name of public health for the queer community.
Congratulations, Chris. Can't wait to experience it all. By the way, what do you call a spinning potato? Rotato! What makes you hungry? How do you stay motivated when you say hit a plateau or a struggle?
Progress is not linear, and this is true for anything, right? And pole specifically is a very challenging sport. There's flexibility, there's strength, there's grip, the humidity in the room. All of these factors, both within our control and outside of it, can determine how you progress and achieve the goals that you are trying to do today. And sometimes you'll be able to do it, and sometimes you just can't, and your body will have to try again another day. So even if you're progressing from 0% to 50%, back down to 20%, and then up to 70%, over time, you will get better. And there are moves that have taken me months to learn. There's one move called the Aisha that took me 15 months to learn. And a lot of the times, it's just your body can't do it today or nothing clicks. But as soon as if you keep practicing it, if it clicks once, your body will remember it and then you will be able to do it more and more frequently. Even if you lose it for some days, pole is just about getting it memorized into your body and getting familiar with the movements and then being able to execute it with higher and higher successful rates. So
Earlier, you asked why aren't more gay men into learning how to pole dance? I would assume they prefer ballroom. Ballroom dancing, you sickos. But also I said what I said. Chris, thank you for shooting the sheet with me today.
thank you so much.
My friends, I must ghost you for now. Until next time, goodbye.